In this podcast episode, entrepreneur and former presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy discusses the recent guilty verdict of former President Donald Trump and its implications on the American justice system and the upcoming presidential election. Ramaswamy expresses his concerns about the politicization of the justice system and the potential impact on the voting public's perception of democracy. He believes that the verdict sets a dangerous precedent where the party in power can use prosecution as a tool to target political opponents, leading to a lack of trust in the justice system. Ramaswamy also highlights the potential consequences of the guilty verdict on the voting public, particularly in terms of how it may affect Trump's base and their perception of the election process. He suggests that the verdict could lead to a softening of perceptions among black voters towards Trump, as they may see the injustice in the legal proceedings. Additionally, he predicts that libertarian-minded individuals who are skeptical of government overreach may be drawn to Trump as a result of the politicization of the justice system. The conversation then shifts to the broader implications of the guilty verdict on national unity and the future of the country. Ramaswamy expresses his deep concern about the erosion of impartiality in the justice system and the potential impact on the country's stability. He emphasizes the importance of restoring a neutral justice system and calls for unity among Americans to address the challenges facing the nation. Ramaswamy criticizes President Joe Biden for failing to uphold his campaign promise of uniting the country and suggests that Biden missed an opportunity to demonstrate true leadership by pardoning Trump and lifting social media bans on his opponent. He believes that Trump and the Republican Party have a chance to promote national unity by addressing the injustices in the justice system and standing up for the principles that unite Americans. The conversation then delves into the concept of America 1.0 and how it has evolved over time. Ramaswamy identifies the Great Society policies of Lyndon Johnson as a turning point in American history, where the government began to take on a more paternalistic role in governing the lives of its citizens. He argues that this shift towards a centralized government that dictates what is best for individuals has eroded the principles of self-governance and personal responsibility that were foundational to America 1.0. Ramaswamy discusses the tension between safety and freedom in the context of government intervention and personal responsibility. He acknowledges the desire to protect vulnerable individuals, but questions whether government policies aimed at helping them are truly effective. He uses the example of family formation rates in the Black community to illustrate how government incentives can inadvertently undermine the well-being of certain populations. Ramaswamy discusses the concept of individualism and unity as foundational values of America. He emphasizes the importance of personal agency and hard work in achieving success, while also highlighting the equal moral worth of all citizens. He believes that America's greatness lies in embracing these values, which allow individuals to maximize their potential without government interference. Ramaswamy acknowledges the existence of societal divides between those who prioritize individualism and those who prioritize collective well-being. He argues that both impulses exist within each person, and that finding a balance between the two is crucial for a healthy society. He challenges the idea that individuals can achieve anything they want solely through hard work, recognizing external factors such as genetic limitations and unforeseen circumstances. Ramaswamy highlights the need for a nuanced approach to societal issues, recognizing the complexity of balancing individual rights with collective responsibilities. He critiques the current emphasis on wealth redistribution and the demonization of success, arguing that such attitudes can lead to societal dysfunction. He encourages a re-examination of values and a focus on practical solutions that benefit all members of society. Ramaswamy also addresses the current political landscape, pointing out the polarization between the left and the right. He suggests that both sides have valid concerns and that finding common ground is essential for progress. He references John Rawls' Maximin principle, which advocates for policies that benefit the worst-off members of society. He questions the effectiveness of certain government programs in actually helping those in need and calls for a reevaluation of social policies. Ramaswamy emphasizes the importance of mutual respect and regard among citizens as a foundational metric for a flourishing society. He points out that classism is not solely based on wealth, but also on cultural and societal factors. He highlights the need for restoring a sense of co-equal respect for all individuals, regardless of material attributes. Ramaswamy shares his background, mentioning his journey from trying to break into the film industry to eventually building a successful business and selling it for $1 billion. He then decided to start a media company with a focus on telling impactful stories. Through his interactions with employees from diverse backgrounds, he became aware of the disparities in opportunities based on zip codes and the impact of societal beliefs on individual success. The guest recounts a personal experience with a talented individual who lacked motivation due to negative beliefs instilled by his mother. Ramaswamy emphasizes the importance of mindset and self-belief in achieving success, citing examples like Kobe Bryant's dedication to excellence. He shares his efforts to mentor individuals through Quest University, teaching them entrepreneurial skills and encouraging them to think from first principles. Ramaswamy reflects on the challenges he faced in motivating adults to take action, despite providing them with valuable knowledge and tools for success. He acknowledges the limitations of changing entrenched mindsets and shares a story about Geoffrey Canada, who took innovative approaches to education by creating charter schools within existing failing systems. Ramaswamy highlights the significance of the family unit in shaping individuals and society. He discusses the impact of early childhood education, particularly the importance of reading to children from a young age. He emphasizes the need for mothers to read to their children to help develop language centers in their brains. He also stresses the role of education in fostering a sense of empowerment and equality among individuals, regardless of their background. Ramaswamy shares his experiences in entrepreneurship, including founding a biotech company and a financial institution called Strive. He explains how Strive aims to empower individuals by giving them control over their financial assets and voting rights in companies. He believes that driving change through the private sector, rather than relying on the government, can lead to more effective and sustainable outcomes. Ramaswamy discusses his recent investment in BuzzFeed and his vision for transforming the media company. He criticizes BuzzFeed for its past journalistic failures and lack of diversity of thought among its employees. He plans to decentralize content creation at BuzzFeed, giving individual creators more autonomy and financial incentives. He envisions a media platform that prioritizes truth, open dialogue, and diverse perspectives, aiming to restore trust and credibility in the media landscape. Ramaswamy highlights the importance of accountability in leadership, particularly in the context of managing a company like BuzzFeed. He criticizes the current CEO of BuzzFeed for his lack of accountability and failure to deliver results for shareholders and audiences. He believes that a change in strategy and a focus on decentralization and diversity of thought could revitalize the company and make it more valuable. He also discusses the need for leaders to make tough decisions, even if it means letting go of underperforming employees. Ramaswamy argues that leaders have a responsibility to build a high-performing team and drive towards a common goal, similar to a championship sports team. He believes that individuals should be given the opportunity to excel in roles where they can maximize their talents, even if it means leaving their current position. Ramaswamy delves into the importance of cultural revival and national unity in America. He emphasizes the need for leaders to set a positive tone and remind people of the values that define the nation. He believes that a sense of pride in being American and a shared vision of success can help bring people together and drive positive change. He discusses the cyclical nature of history, where success can lead to entitlement, laziness, and victimhood, but also to resilience and growth. Ramaswamy sees an opportunity for America to break out of the current cycle of division and hardship by embracing a culture of meritocracy, accountability, and unity. Ramaswamy explains his decision to support Donald Trump for president, citing Trump's track record of keeping the country out of war, growing the economy, and instilling a sense of American pride. He believes that Trump is the best candidate to deliver on key issues like immigration and national identity. He acknowledges the divisiveness surrounding Trump's presidency, but argues that Trump cares about national unity and should communicate his intentions to unite the country. He sees Trump's America First vision as a unifying force that transcends traditional party lines and calls for a focus on shared values and goals. Ramaswamy acknowledges the challenges in achieving national unity, especially in the face of media bias and political polarization. He criticizes the mainstream media for perpetuating division and spreading misinformation. He believes that the current political climate is hindering efforts to unite the country and calls for a shift towards more open dialogue and genuine communication between opposing sides. Ramaswamy discusses the importance of election integrity in fostering national unity. He suggests implementing measures such as single-day voting on Election Day, making it a national holiday, using paper ballots, and requiring government-issued ID to match the voter file. He believes that these steps can help ensure fair and secure elections, which in turn can lead to greater trust in the electoral process and unity among Americans. Ramaswamy emphasizes the need for sacrifice and commitment in achieving national unity. He draws parallels to the sacrifices made by the Founding Fathers during the Revolutionary War and highlights the importance of each individual taking responsibility for shaping the future of the country. He encourages people to actively participate in politics, the private sector, or their communities to contribute to the goal of unity. Despite the challenges and divisions facing the country, Ramaswamy remains hopeful for a unifying outcome. He believes that a landslide election victory, coupled with a positive message of unity and prosperity, can bring Americans together and set the country on a path towards healing and progress. He expresses his commitment to working towards this goal and encourages others to do the same in their respective roles and capacities.